I speak today to Professor Michelle Williams. Michelle is the Dean of the Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health, and I'm going to ask her what she thinks the future of public health might look like in a post-COVID world.
Public health is going to be better understood in the post-COVID world. I think more people will appreciate the primacy of public health is as the undergirding of our civil society, our economic health, our national security. Public health will be more appreciated, will be less likely to be regarded as just those people who did restaurant inspections. People will appreciate public health for all that it is a discipline that is evidence-based, that is driven by science, that supports the way we develop our environment, we protect our environment, we live, learn, work, and play in our environment, and hopefully better funded and supported than it has in the past.
What do you think this moment of COVID means for your profession, for public health?
Public health has been under stress for a very long time. When you think about it, public health has been underfunded, under-supported, misunderstood for too long. Of all of the funds that we spend on health, healthcare, and wellness, only 2.5% of those funds go to public health. It's estimated that we would need somewhere $4.5 billion to adequately fund, support public health in this country to protect, promote, and preserve health at a population level. Public health, sadly, and we are seeing this play out every day, parts of it have become very highly politicized, and that is a great sadness. Vaccines have become highly politicized. Women's health has become highly politicized. How we socially distance, how we wear a mask, if we wear a mask, have become politicized. So public health is under siege because the rules of the game has changed. We can't stand on the sideline and say we don't want to be political. Health is a human right. Public health is a discipline, an approach that works to protect, preserve that human right to health and wellness. And so I think public health will, and people in public health will have to both be an evangelist, as you say, an activist, an educator, a strategist, and an implementer, and an evaluator, all in one. And we have to be aware, alert, and empowered to push for the change.
What lesson would you want the world to have learned from having lived in this moment of pandemic?
The lesson that I hope everyone learns from this is that public health is too important to be pushed aside. I think, and I actually see this, that individuals in the private sector, CEOs of our Fortune 500 companies, and all in the full spectrum of CEOs that you can imagine, are now coming to public health. Just having CEOs who appreciate that there has been a gap in how they do business by not integrating a prevention lens, a risk management lens, a risk communication lens in their own business. The fact that they now see that gap and are wanting to fill that gap with public health knowledge and public health practice, for me, allows for a de-siloing and a stronger, deeper understanding and integration of the public health framing into the economic life, the civic life of our society.
Finally, as you think about the world after COVID, what are you afraid of? What might we not learn that we should?
I'm afraid of complacency. I think the thing that's really different about this pandemic and other crises that we've had is this one is more enduring. This one has allowed us to stay in this moment of reflecting on what has gone wrong, how can we be better, how can we build back better. I really hope that we can take this moment and turn it into a movement where we not only think about the future of public health in needing to invest in our systems, invest in our people, invest in our structure, but that we reflect deeply on those places where the work is unfinished because we have become complacent, that we had pushed the work that we have to do, the reckoning that we have to do aside to move on to something else.